current refugee crisis has been called the biggest single displacement of people since World War II. Last weekend, thousands of people marched through London to encourage people to support refugees. The rock band Editors fronted the campaign, travelling to Greece to see firsthand the realities of living in a refugee camp. One of the band, Elliott, is right here in Greater Manchester, and he's in the studio with me now. Thanks so much for coming along to chat to us.
No problem.
So first of all, why did you decide to visit the camp in Greece?
Well, we were doing it all kind of with Oxfam, and you know, we've been involved with Oxfam for a number of years, from putting out special records in their shops and bringing people out on tour to promote awareness and raise money. So when we played at Glastonbury, they did a live album basically, which was to raise money for refugees and this sort of Stand As One campaign. And after that, they kind of asked us if we would like to come with them to Greece and sort of see what they do and basically witness what's going on firsthand there. So we said yeah. So
could you describe to us what the camp was like?
Yeah, so basically we went to northern part of Greece, and we visited two camps, one which is very much sort of a tent-based place, which is in the mountainous regions. It's called Philippidiada, and that was kind of, you know, you go into these kind of things with an expectation and expecting to be quite harrowing, and it was, but also it was amazing to see the work that you know, groups like Oxfam, and there's a lot of other sort of non-governmental agencies working in there, the work that they do to, you know, give these people as much as they can. So they're starting to build a sort of sewage facilities. At the moment it's kind of porta cabin toilets, and you know, everyone has sort of a tent that's acceptable, and they give them food every day, a sort of little food allowance, and there's clothes and things like that. So from that perspective, you know, the conditions are fairly humane, but it's just, you begin to realise after a while, and speaking to people, the sort of frustration of, you know, these places are fine for a short period of time, and it's all well and good, and you know, doing these things and giving this aid is a brilliant thing, but it's not a long-term solution. These people aren't asking for handouts, they're not asking to stay in these places. They want to come somewhere where they can build a life and, you know, contribute to a society, really. We do actually have a clip of your visit, so we'll play that now just to demonstrate what you were talking about there.
قلنا إياها من ناحية الأمان، من ناحية
They're absolutely in limbo. There's no telling how much longer. I mean, they've already been here for 6 months. How much longer that they're going to be stuck in the same position.
So Elliott, Theresa May has said that she wants to put the focus on areas and refugees who are near to war zones. Obviously there are limited resources. What's your view on that?
I think, to be honest, you know, as she said, that, you know, the first country that is a safe haven, which is a bit like Greece where we visited, for example, and the Greek government are doing all that they can. They're actually doing a very good job, as you know, as far as they can do for a country that is in, their financial crisis is huge. It's a lot worse than ours, and they can't do it all. They can't do it all by themselves, and I think that's the kind of overwhelming consensus is that you know, we're starting to see, is that these people can't stay here forever, and it's not, can't just be purely those first countries that they come to. Their responsibility to house these people and, you know, give them all asylum. We have to share the burden as a global community, and that's every country. It's not just England, it's everywhere.
So given that there are limited resources, do you feel that maybe a solution is spreading the responsibility across different countries rather than just focusing on one, or?
Yeah, I think, for example, in Greece, you know, Greece are a country that are in financially a far worse off situation than we are, example, in England. So you can't expect them to take the burden of this massive crisis on their own. And, you know, yes, you give them financial support or whatever, but it's kind of, that's slightly brushing it under the rug. I think, you know, as a global community, and this is, every country has to step step up and play their part in trying to house these people and give them an opportunity at having a life.
Because is that really important for you, the fact that it's important to see the people involved as people?
Yeah, I think if you use the term migrant, refugee, it sort of takes a step down the line of not seeing these people as people, and they are totally the same as you and I. They've just happened to be born in a different country.
Elliott, thank you very much for sharing your views and experiences on the refugee camp in Greece. Thank you.